Hey there everyone, this is K1 and I'll be commentating on my current Raider Underworld PB today. Now, this was actually the first time that I was recording a run of the PC version, as all my last runs used to be on the console version for this. And the reason why I switched to PC now is because, first of all, PC does have a few exclusive tricks which don't work on the console version. And furthermore, I think that keyboard and mouse just allow for a little bit more precise movement controls. But to be fair, that's rather just a personal preference, and technically it should work fine with the controller as well. Right now we're in the prologue level, which already happens to be one of the most broken levels of the game. You'll see why in a minute, but what I can already say is that you're technically supposed to come back later on in the storyline if you would play this game normally. However, the trigger for the second trip is already here in the first visit already. That right there was a skip of the firewall, which you can do with a not too difficult swan dive jump. And coming up is the other skip I was referring to. So basically we can skip the first trigger for the Mediterranean Sea level by doing a technique called delayed swan dive, and that allows us to get to the second trigger for the Mexico level early. So yeah, as you can see, we just skipped like 3 main levels of the game and can go to the Mexico level directly, and that just saves like 30 minutes, I think? Yeah, probably 30 minutes. Yeah, and basically the way this delayed swan dive works is that you're just doing a swan dive from the standing position, and whenever Lara rolls off a ledge in this game, she actually gets a few frames in the air where she can do another jump. So we can use this to our advantage to basically jump over to the other side and reach the glass part of the level to get to the Mexico level. I mean the glass wall, sorry. And yeah, the Mexico level now is probably the longest level of the game, or maybe for the speedrun. I'm not sure if it's longer than Thailand, but yeah. This bike section right here is there isn't too much interesting to say about it, because there isn't really much you can do to speed this one up. So we just have to make sure to not crash into anything, but basically it should be fine. It can be quite refreshing though, because some of the other skips in the game are really hard to do, so it's cool to have this nice little bike part at the beginning. And I also apologize for the poor quality in advance. The hardware which I was playing the game on really does not meet the minimum requirements for this game, unfortunately. So yeah. But I will be getting a new PC soon and hopefully get a much better quality then. Alright, so the best way to take care of these enemies is to just throw grenades in them. Fortunately, we're playing on Casual Explorer, which is the easiest difficulty, and the good thing about playing on that difficulty is that we have much more grenades in our inventory, and they will become pretty important later on in the run, or actually just in a minute, because coming up is another huge skip of this level. So first of all, we want to get to the out of bounds area of this level by doing some delayed swan dive, no, not really delayed swan dives, but some well-timed jumps over these stone heads, and from here we can actually reach the entrance to the temple already. Now the problem would be that normally we wouldn't survive the fall, because it would simply be too high. However, if we throw down a grenade and time it just right to get hit by the grenade, we can actually cancel our fall damage and survive the fall right here. So yeah, now we're down here in the maze already, and that saved a lot of time because we didn't have to do the whole puzzle with the calendar. This trick is can be a little bit precise, to be honest, but once you get the hang out of it, it should be pretty consistent. So yeah, and for now we just have to go to the main hall of this area, and now we have 4 different challenges to complete here. First of all, I want to kill these spiders because they really can get in our way. As far as movement goes in this game, the fastest way to move forward is to sprint. However, your sprinting is limited in this game, so when Lara runs out of... I forgot the word, but basically you can't sprint forever in this game, and when your sprint meter runs out, the best way to move forward are swan dives. In general, swan dives are pretty important in this game. They are also a lot broken, so yeah. This right here is a neat shortcut which you can do. By doing a well-timed jump, you can actually get on that cliff already, and thus saving quite a few seconds. Oh yeah, unfortunately though I screwed this one up right here. I should have climbed the pole a little bit higher, but I jumped too early, which is why I died here. It's not too big of a deal though, it doesn't waste too much time here. And the fact that I got the grenade jump on first try just wanted me to keep going here. To keep going, I'm sorry. Here's another little shortcut which you can do by just standing in the right position on that how do you call it? Yeah, you know what I mean. Basically just doing that swan-like jump from that pole right there. So yeah, and basically our goal in this level is to get these 4 stones, whatever, and yeah, so that we can raise up the temple in the middle. What is interesting about this level is that there is technically a way to skip all of these trials right here. Unfortunately though, when we skip these trials and get to the temple beneath this area right here early, there's currently no way to get up here again, but I'm actually working on a way to get back up here. But unfortunately I haven't found anything so far, but we'll see. Maybe if I get my new PC I can find some new tricks here, and yeah, we'll see about that. I'm still playing this room a little bit carefully, because you could technically skip the box, which I just pulled right there to prevent the wall from closing. But I find that one really hard to do, so I just decided to do the safe strats here and actually pull the box to play it a little bit safer. So yeah, and that right there was the same jump as before. This room is actually pretty cool speedrunning wise, because you can go through here really fast if you know how to do it. So yeah, and once again getting rid of the spiders, because yeah, like I said, they can get in our way, especially when we place the stone blocks on this how do you call it, this table in the middle. Yeah, this one right here. Jumping out of the pushing animation right here just saves a few seconds, so I always recommend doing that when doing a run of this game. So yeah, and now we have unlocked the bottom area of this level, and coming up is another really huge skip. What's important about this skip though is that we can't take our bike to the other side here, and we instead have to go on have to do it on foot. Fortunately though, we can get over here quite easily with a wall jump. And yeah, there also is a way to get back up, which you'll see in a moment. So yeah, interestingly enough, this tiger head or statue head, whatever, is the only thing required to actually complete the level. We don't even have to get the I don't know if it's the belt upgrade, something like that. So yeah, and that was the other jump I was talking about. So you can pretty easily get back to the other side without the bike here. And there's no need for us to get the hand upgrade so that we could push that mystical block or something. I always find it funny that this door actually stays closed when you get back up here. I assume it has something to do with loading with the area, but I'm not sure. Just found it funny how it opens without having to do anything. Yeah, and I also did screw up here, but this death actually wasn't really my fault, because the bike physics in this game can be pretty trolling, and for whatever reason it removed all my speed when going over that bridge right there. So yeah, unfortunately I had to redo this section because of that, but yeah, it still wasn't a reason for me to reset, because the first part of the run was quite okay-ish. Except for that one death which we had before. So yeah, I did screw up a little bit here in this section, so for my next run this definitely would be a time saver if I can do this correctly. What's cool though is that whenever you die at this part right here, the bike always resets in the correct position that you're guaranteed to make the jump off the bridge. So that's quite nice. But it still sucks that you lose the time when failing the bridge jump in the first place, of course. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of the Mexico level right there. And we're now coming up to MAYEN Island, which is a really awesome level to watch speedrunning wise, but it's also my favorite level of the game. It's actually quite a short one though, because of the skips here.
Hey, you know that big expensive ship of Amanda?
So yeah, this is probably the last time you will see me using the motorbike here in this game, or in this run better said. Because yeah, I probably just spoiled that we are not going to use it for the rest of this level. So yeah, first of all, we can do this really cool crouch drop rock, which is another cool speedrun technique. And then we want to get rid of these guys, because coming up is another really huge skip of the game. First of all, when we pick up this artifact from a certain angle, it actually pushes us just enough to the wall that we can clip out like that. So right now we're out of bounds, and you probably already know that we're trying to skip the gate here. Now the problem is that the gate extends in the out of bounds area, so we wouldn't be able to reach it with a normal jump. Fortunately though, there's a really cool setup here, which I have to turn which is the reason why I have to turn the shadows on, because I'm actually looking for a visual cue here in the shadow. And then we want to set up for a quite difficult grenade jump, which isn't that difficult anymore, because Katarev, another runner of this game, found a really awesome setup for this one, and it makes the trick really consistent. So yeah, we throw a grenade at that wall and basically want to get hit at the right moment, so that just gives us just enough boost to make it behind the gate, and it also saves a lot of time because we don't have to do the tower. So yeah, now we have to do this maze on foot. It is a little bit slower than doing it with the bike, but yeah, it still saves time overall. So yeah, like I said before, when the sprint meter runs out, best way to move forward is by just doing swan dives. And we're now getting to another really cool trick right here. So basically we can do another delayed swan dive here and skip the trigger for the hammers of this bridge. So yeah, now the bridge won't collide and we can simply run to the end of it. And we're at the Andaman Sea already. I apologize in advance, this will be a lag fest. Once again because of my hardware which I used for this run. So normally this would also be a revisit, because under normal circumstances we would have seen the level at the Mediterranean Sea level already. But yeah, this is actually the first time that we're visiting the boat in this run. So yeah, we don't really care about fighting the guards. It's way faster to just move on. I kinda derped there a little bit, but it didn't waste too much time there. Normally you could do a cool crouch drop bug there, which I failed, but it's not a big deal. Right here was a really breathtaking moment for me, because for whatever reason Lara got stuck in the edge there, and I wasn't able to move forward no matter what I would be pressing. And if you've watched my health meter right there, it was really close and I could have died there, but fortunately I was lucky and could make it in time. And now we're in the final level of the game already. And we just played the game for like 21 minutes, so yeah. As you can see, it's quite impressive that how broken this game is. Even if it doesn't have the this cool airwalk glitch from the previous games of the trilogy. That being Legend and Anniversary, for those who don't know. Again, normally you would be supposed to do this puzzle right here with the statues. And once again, we don't need to do any of that. For whatever reason, I always get hit here by a shark. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm just picking up this health pick for safety reasons. It will become handy in the later part of this level. So yeah, and this pole right here is, or this beam, better said, can be used to clip through this wall here. So we're out of bounds once again, and that way we can actually swim behind the closed gate and go to the temple entrance already. That skip is also quite easy to learn, and is much faster than the original method of doing this trick, which would require swimming right outside of the level area, or pretty far outside, better said. And then you just have to keep in mind the right order of this maze, and it should be pretty consistent as well. Okay, and now is the part where the game begins to get really, really hard at the end. So yeah, I really need to be careful here. So as you can see, my health meter is almost down already, and that way, or because of that, it's really good that I pick up the safety medkit in the first place. There will be a few enemies in this maze right here, but we'll try to skip all of them because they just take too long when we want to fight them. Also, it happened to me before that one of these enemies actually killed me. So yeah, that's another reason why I always pick up the safety medpick now. And this is going to be the final section of the game right here. So yeah, right here another cool crouch drop bug, and this one allows us to yeah, basically we don't have to do this annoying trip around the level. And instead we're down here immediately. Unfortunately, this guy trolled me a little bit here, and I just played it a little bit safe and killed him, because he can get in my way when pushing this block right here, or better said, he can prevent me from pushing it. So yeah, speedrunning wise, this section is pretty intense, to be honest, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Natla will try to snipe you with her fireballs, and also there's this really, well, the first one isn't too bad, but there will be a second one of these jumps right here. So normally you wouldn't be supposed to grab this ledge here, but if you time it right, you can actually grab this this moving platform here early. So yeah, that also saves quite a bit of time. It's actually possible to grab this or to make this cycle even earlier by grabbing the other platform faster. However, I'm not really consistent at that and decided to just play it safe here, because the first part of the run was quite okay so far, and I didn't want to kill this run at this point. So yeah, our goal here is to pretty much we want to open up the stone panels by moving these blocks right here, and that allows us to smash the stone panels. I just realized I haven't even got sniped in this run so far, so that's quite nice. Normally Natlas likes to snipe you a lot, especially in the down part, which you saw right there. And coming up is another really difficult ledge jump, which just like the one which we did in the first place. Unfortunately though, I screwed up the pattern here, so there was no way that we could make that jump again, because I probably skipped the cutscene too late. But fortunately I have the backup strat for in that case, which is just a little bit slower, but it works pretty consistent. And it's nice because the run isn't over immediately if you fail the jump. So yeah, unfortunately though, I did screw up here again, and instead of jumping to the left, Laura just jumped up for whatever reason, and I got hit by Natla's fireballs right there, which unfortunately ruined my sub 30 pace right here, which is quite sad, but whatever. I was still satisfied that I could get a run going to the end. So yeah, and from here it's just about smashing the last stone panel here, and once we've done that, it's pretty much time. So yeah, that was the any percent category of Tomb Raider Underworld right there. So yeah, all in all I would say this run can definitely be improved, because I did screw up in some places, and also the deaths were really unnecessary here. But it's alright, I mean, it's still cool to have potential to improve in the further runs, so yeah. Also, I think that it'll be much more easier for me once I get my new PC to play the game, because as you can see, at the moment it runs really laggy, and yeah. Hopefully the new PC will fix that in the future. Other than that, I would say I'll probably stop the audio recording at this point and just let you guys enjoy the final cutscene. I really hope you enjoyed the run, and yeah, I'll be looking forward to do some new runs in the future, especially trying out some of the other categories of this game, because between 80% there also is the all levels category, which I like to run a lot. And that basically doesn't skip, or doesn't do the prologue skip, which we did at the very beginning of the run. So yeah, other than that, I would say thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day. Goodbye.
If pulling out these artifacts always brings you here, what will happen if I'm already here?
Maybe you'll go to hell.
Damn it! I can't reach the sword. But you can.
What about you?
I can reach you if you hold out your hand.
You trust me?
We're out of time, Amanda. So it's back to this, is it?
What? You think we're even?
Would killing me make us even? Goodbye, Mother. Rest in peace.